Hi guys, welcome to episode 33 of Get Your Buzz On. I've got my special guest over here,
Sophia Adamson,
and owner of
ELLA BLU.
And I have to say that when I walked in here, if you guys don't know, I got my wedding dress from here 2011 when I got married to my husband, and it just gives me like all the feels with the wedding dress. So we actually have a bottle of Muscador, and we're gonna cheers first.
Cheers.
Cheers. So tell everyone, how have you been doing?
So I've had my store 15 years, and I've been married I got married in 2013, and I actually just had a baby 4 months ago.
You look great.
Oh, you're so sweet, girl.
You look awesome.
And her name is Lawrence Clementine, and we call her Elsie.
Aww.
Yes.
How has being a mom and balancing out work just been a change? Like, how has that been?
Okay. So honestly, I grew up with a working mom my entire life, and I knew that the moment I gave birth, I was gonna be back at work, and then COVID hit, and I actually was making Mother's Day baskets the night before I gave birth on May 12th.
Oh my gosh.
And I was here with Catherine, I think 3 days later, and working on social media, and we were closed for the rest of May. We opened back in June, and you just have to get your attitude back, and a mom can do anything. There's so many famous tennis players. I'm a tennis player in my other life, and I see Serena Williams and Victoria Azarenka, and you know what? They have a baby and they're back at the French Open right around the corner.
So I'm like, I suck at any of that kind of stuff. So are you really good at tennis?
Well, I do. I played college tennis, and I still play. I'm a captain of the 4-5 team here, but my sister is a little bit better, and there's just such fabulous tennis players in town, and so I play twice a week.
Oh my gosh, you're crazy. I can't. I'm like, I feel like, well, when I took tennis lessons, I more was attracted to the guy that was the instructor.
The tennis coach.
Yeah, because he was like from France, and he had that accent.
Yeah.
And so I just remember we would look, and I was like in high school too, and I'd be like, okay, Pierre, okay.
Oh, he's my friend.
Oh my God, that's hilarious.
I know exactly who.
But I remember being in high school, my parents would be like, so did you guys like tennis? And we're like, yeah, we had fun. And then, but once we actually had to do it, we didn't
enjoy it.
I didn't learn anything. I wasn't paying attention at all.
So funny.
And it wasn't his fault. It was totally mine and my sister's fault. So what has motherhood taught you with like balancing out business and everything?
Okay, I feel that everyone's life is a book, and every chapter there's some chapters you're having a great high, and then there's always going to be a low, and I feel that the book just continues, right? And I just feel at the age of 37, I was blessed with a beautiful baby girl, and life just continues. And I look at everyone, I respect everyone. If they want to stay home, if they want to be a working woman, whatever it is, for me, I knew that I wanted to balance motherhood, my job, tennis, junior league. I have a wonderful set of friends, and I felt like I don't want to give my priority to just one, right?
Yeah.
And my family's a big part as well. And so I feel like it's just a balance. And, in chapter 37, I feel like I just added a baby, and we're just going to continue to chapter 28 in 2021 when there's no COVID.
Oh my
So
God. How's the baby sleeping?
You know what? I'm very lucky. I actually got like this, I watch the Today Show every day. My dream was to work on the Today Show. And I found this sleep tutor, and she's just so fantastic. And I actually follow step by step, and she's sleeping around 12 hours. However, this week, of course, the week that I'm doing my first podcast, I was up till 5 a.m. the night before, and last night I was up till 3. But it's just a sleep regression, and she should be back by Sunday at regular sleep schedule.
Oh my gosh, so 12 hours. No,
Yeah.
my son, he was 2 months, and he slept through the night. He was super easy. we didn't have to do anything. My daughter, on the other hand, she is a beast. She took, I think it was 7-8 months before she actually started sleeping through the night. So we were on like 4 hours of sleep, and we would me and my husband would tag team. I'd be like, okay, It's your turn. It's your turn. And we would go back and forth, but yeah.
I have an incredible husband who helps me with everything with the baby. And so I told him last night, you know what, maybe tonight I'll take this turn and tomorrow will be your turn.
Yeah.
So it's not fair for any of us to take it on.
Well, because then too, you wake up tired. Then
Yeah.
if both of you guys are tired, then it's not going to do anything.
Yeah.
So that's why you have to do one and one.
Absolutely.
And just share that responsibility.
Yeah.
How has motherhood changed you?
I think that's the hardest question. You know what? I feel like I've continued with my life. You know, before I just added, you know, a beautiful daughter to the picture. It's just crazy not to just think about yourself. And then second, your husband. For me, Ella Blue. And you know, sometimes I'm here at work and I'm like, oh my gosh, I need to go breastfeed. I need to get home because of Elsie. So I think it's just a beautiful add-on to my chapter of life.
Yeah. Well, because Ella Blue too, you've had this how long?
15 years.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
And so with COVID, how has that changed your business and everything?
Okay. I think, as you know, I read a lot of newspapers. I watch the news every day, news every night since I dress KVIA. One thing I do, retail was hit the hardest,
Yeah.
as well as the restaurant and bar business. Through this process, I was so lucky to have Catherine, and I had been saying, let's do an online store for many years, and COVID hit, and I think it was the perfect time to bring on the online store.
Yeah.
However, I got stuck with prom dresses, a lot of weddings that got canceled or postponed. I feel like this year love should not be canceled, and so a lot of things have been switching over to micro weddings and just downsizing the weddings. Hopefully 2021 will bring more weddings to El Paso. And so, you know, it's been hard just to control that. We did start a new basket business, and so that really helped me out through Mother's Day and Easter. And we'll be having Halloween ones and Thanksgiving and Christmas ones, so be tuned on our social media.
Yeah.
You'll be seeing all of those baskets, and then you can now shop online.
So what's the price point on those baskets?
The baskets, the bags start at $20. The baskets start around $45.
Okay.
We do deliveries all around the city, and they're just beautifully decorated, and nothing else like receiving a beautiful basket from your loved one.
Yeah, well, and I think it just like it's a nice little gesture, because I remember when we were at during the whole quarantine thing, you know, my friends would come and drop off, like one of my friends did, Cassidy did Easter egg hunt. Another of my friend dropped off, like her sister dropped off like beer, just
yes,
different stuff, and then I did Taco Cabana, so it makes it like nice that you have like that group
Yes.
that you can, you know, just to make someone's day. And I remember Lucas was all happy because he was like able to do the Easter egg hunt in front of the house. And
Oh, there
stuff.
you go. Absolutely. So we're going to just be doing different styles. We'll be doing hostess gifts, gifts for the nurses, gifts for your girlfriend, all your friends. There's going to be just tons of different options. So be tuned on all of our Ella Blue EP on Instagram, Facebook, and you'll be seeing tons of different options. Our Halloween ones are coming soon.
Oh, yay. So
Yes.
what's the website?
Okay, so our website is ellablueboutique.com. And so there are many things there that are online exclusive. We have fabulous jewelry, tons of our clothing, and it's just going to be growing with our gift department soon.
Well, and you know what I'll do too is I'll add it on there so that way whoever
Oh.
wants to, they can just click on there and get
I love
the
that
info.
idea.
Yeah, just because I'm like, I'm not good at, if I don't know anything about the product, it's hard for me to like explain all that
Absolutely.
stuff. So I'm like, go to directly to the source. It's like insurance. It's like when people need to come talk to me, but everything else
Yes.
I'm like, I can't be a jack of all trades.
Yep.
So how has like the wedding dresses, have you had a delay in like getting them in, or how has that been going?
Okay, so that actually is a fantastic question. We are very blessed to work with the designers. We do. We have exclusivity for our area, including New Mexico. And you know what? They have been fantastic with keeping all these dresses in stock for us. So in case we have a lot of weddings, you know, 2 weeks out, they might have it in stock, or we are pushing. Some brides are getting married in the spring of 2021, or we're already looking at fall of 2021 because so many venues and photographers are getting booked.
Yeah.
The ship date is next March or April. But yes, we do offer a layaway plan. And so people just are starting to come back and buy their wedding gowns. Love isn't canceled. And so we're ready to take on all the brides for next year.
All the good stuff. Well, I
Yes.
think too, the thing that I love about your guys' store is that you guys are very organized.
Oh, thank you.
Everything's like, if you need to call, if you need to get things fitted, whatever it is, I feel like it's so nice that like you guys just are on top of all that stuff. Because I like to this day, I still remember like everything with the wedding stuff.
dress.
I'm like, can I do a vow renewal and get a nice dress and
It's
everything?
time, girl. Mhm. I feel the same way.
My husband's just like, please no.
Over the top wedding.
Oh yeah, let's just do it again. Let's do another Puerto Vallarta wedding. Come on now. And he's like, Victoria.
No, you can do it in Cancun.
Oh, that's true. We could just do something different.
Or
but-
Cabo.
Yeah. Well, the beach wedding was really, and the dress was perfect that I did at the beach wedding. So I will always have good vibes about that.
Yeah.
What are the styles that you're seeing now that people are choosing more and more?
I feel that last year the theme was simplicity. I think next year you're going to be seeing more of ball gowns. I feel the lace is still going to be in. A lot of brides are going back to ivory on ivory compared to the ivory on a Moscato or rum dress. I'm actually doing, instead of going to market for my #1 line, we're going to be doing it tomorrow here at the store. So I'll be seeing exactly what's going to be in style for 2021. And I just can't wait to see what they're going to be offering us.
That's awesome. So are you still doing fittings here too right now?
Yes, so we are open from 11 to 5. Each bride has their own appointment. We can only take 3 brides at a time.
Okay.
And then they can bring 2 to 3 guests max so far. And you know what? It's actually been pretty cool because we can Zoom with their family and friends while they're buying the wedding gown.
Yeah.
And so it's been great. And we just hope to see a lot more brides and a lot more engagements coming up.
Yeah, for sure. Well, and then you have what's going on with prom and stuff. I'm told.
Okay, that is a touchy subject. I'm a little worried for these seniors. So many of my prom girls did have their own little prom at their home. I just hope that for 2021, prom is not canceled. I hope they keep going with it, even if they wear masks, but we don't know. I'm ready for the prom girls and the pageant girls, since there was not Miss El Paso this year. She postponed till February 15th, I believe.
Yeah.
And so we're ready for all these girls to come back, and they're all their dreams, and so.
Yeah, well, it's just, I feel like, everyone was on hold, and then it was the unknown. That was the thing. It wasn't so much like, okay, we could be quarantined, we can do all this stuff, but the fact that, like, each day it changes, and then, like, it goes back and forth, and then you don't know, and now they're like, okay, now we're going to have the flu and everything. So I think
that worries me because prom is normally in March and April, and it's flu season. So I just hope they can still continue buying their prom dress and maybe even have just a prom with 4 or 5 friends at their home.
Yeah. So where did you get your idea that you wanted to open a bridal boutique?
Okay, so my mom is actually the famous Elodia, one of the first boutiques here. She was a pioneer woman in town. She had her boutique over 35 years.
Oh, wow.
And so my dream was actually to be a news reporter, and I was dying to work for KVIA. And that's when I went to school at St. Edward's University. And when I did a summer internship at CBS Sports, I realized it was not for me. And so my senior year hit, and I was on a collegiate scholarship for playing tennis. And they said, Sophia, I had really almost graduated, and I needed some extra classes. So I did an entrepreneurship class, and I opened up a boutique while being a senior there in my class. And I got a great advice from my professor. And my mom had sold her store in in the year 2000. Actually, today is the 20th anniversary.
Oh, wow, that's
that
crazy.
My mom sold Elodia to help out her brother and the family Perches Funeral Homes. And so I felt that when I graduated in 2005, El Paso only had one very, very strong boutique. And so I felt, you know what, there's a niche for a bridal store. There's a niche for inexpensive boutique wear. And so I opened up ELLA BLU thinking, okay, I'm only going to be a prom and bridal. And I opened up on the east side next to Bridal Novias, which is my mom's store. And she just has a fabulous location. And in 2 years, I outgrew it, and I came to my mom's old location here at 5410 North Mesa. And life just told me, Sophia, I think you need to get into the women's workwear.
Yeah.
And so now I'm very blessed to dress so many working women in town. and it has really taken over my boutique business. And then prom now comes second, and my bridal will always be top. And so I love how I always tell everyone, ELLA BLU is a story in your life. We start selling you your 8th grade graduation dress to your clothing to go to Coronado, Franklin, Bel Air, whatever high school you go to, Eastwood. We sell your prom dress, and then we start selling you maybe your first interview suit for your job, and then we end up doing your wedding gown, and maybe soon you'll be seeing a baby store here.
Oh my gosh, and that would be awesome.
Yes, and so I just feel ELLA BLU is a lifelong chapter, and we try to fulfill all of your needs and all your special moments.
Well, and I will say that's what I love about the store, because you guys just have a little bit of everything for everyone. Like,
thank you.
If they don't let, it just fits each person, like jewelry, accessory, just everything. You guys have the coolest bags and the latest trends, and so you stay on top of it.
Yes, you know, and I just love, like, everything on our online store runs at $38 to $78. So I feel like we're accessible to that teenager or that fun mom. And then we also have fabulous, you'll see our news anchors, and you know, you see the professional judge or doctor, lawyer, businesswoman, whatever they're wanting to go to work, we carry a fabulous line for them. And then we also carry Mother of the Bride. We just can really cater to all ages and all shapes and sizes as well, and on everyone's budget.
So what's your inspiration when it comes to like buying, going to market and getting like the work clothes, and how do you come up with the trends, or how do you stay on top of all that?
Okay, so I have fabulous people that go with me to market, and so depending on what department and what market it is, I take the person who I think who is adequate for helping me buy, because sometimes I only look at it for one side, and then my mom looks at it as another side, and then so the person, Catherine does the online more look, and then I have Trish, Vilma, Carolyn, who is more of the working woman or the mother of the bride or the prom.
Yeah.
And then come to the bridal, I rotate between Edna and Crystal, Catherine and Romy, and Pam. And so I feel like depending on what we go to market so often, it's a taste of each person, because honestly, you're not going to be able to love what you do unless you're getting educated 24/7. Life's like a bicycle, you know, you have to be learning 24/7. And so I feel that the ladies here, we're a family, and I'm all about them growing as individuals as well. And by going to market and learning, you know, what's coming up, because you know, you can see it in magazines or see it on E-Entertainment. You just never know too much until you see it in person at market.
Yeah. Well, so what advice do you have for people that are like, let's say they want to open up, like, it doesn't have to be like a wedding dress boutique, but just a fashion boutique in general?
Learn a lot about it, because I was very blessed to have my mom behind me.
Yeah.
Without that, I don't know if I would be where I am today. Because, you know, she had been in business for 37 years. And so I think it's a very hard market. You know, I'm very blessed to have 14 employees at the moment, but they all love what they do. Yeah. And so I always say, we're like a family. One person's the arms, one person's the legs. And you know what, if they're not all working at the same rhythm, it's a problem. And so most of my associates, I don't even look at them. They're all my friends. I mean, I can hang out with them. I can travel with them. We're all one family. Yeah. Of course, there's going to be arguments on the lunch table, because
everyone's passionate about it. That's what
everyone.
happens.
Yeah. And so, you know, I have more divas than others. And so that's life. I look at it with my sister, you know, and my mom has 7 sisters. And so I just feel like it's a great career to grow with. But you do need to be on top of it at all. I mean, you miss one market and you're back 3 months. Yes, ma'am.
As far as like for anyone that, like you said, you get the advice and everything, do you guys have like internships or anything where people can learn from you guys?
You know what? We don't offer internship programs.
You guys would do so good doing that too.
Yeah, you know, it's very hard here. Most people are full-time. Yeah. So sometimes it's very difficult to have that internship. I always thought about having like a summer program, but then summer is our slowest month, so it just doesn't work out.
Yeah, or even like unpaid, so that way they know like, hey, this is what
Yeah.
you can do. This is how you learn it. Because that's my thing with a lot of times people see your store and they're probably like, oh,
they think it's just so easy.
Yeah, and they think it, and I think when you get to the nitty gritty of stuff, that's when
yeah.
you have to like, okay, you're the last one to leave, the last one to get paid. Like,
honey, you were telling me. Yeah.
you're like, oh my gosh. Well, and
Yeah.
then you guys expanded here. When did you
Yes.
guys do the expansion?
We did it, I think it's been 2 or 3 years in July, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh my God.
And so it's been phenomenal having this extension, yes.
And what made you guys decide to finally extend out?
Because we only had 3 or 4 dressing rooms, we offer full-time alterations. And then now that I actually have an online store, Catherine has 1 room, and then I needed a full-time office that Crystal works in. We needed a bridesmaid room. It was just time to, I needed a little bit more space to get more brides in on a Saturday and during the week. Yeah.
Well, and how has the local community helped you with like your business?
I feel, I will tell you, I try 99.9% to only support local restaurants, and I really push people to try to support local completely, because you know what, if you don't support local, we're local
dead.
business owners, you won't see us around, or local restaurants, local bars and stuff like that. So really I tell to support all local businesses. So we've been blessed, and you know, we just really hope, you know, a lot of my Eastsiders, when I do a lot of the outside shows, they're like, Sophia, it's too far to drive to you. So hopefully with the online store, we do offer shipping and delivery. So we're very lucky.
Don't tell me that.
There you go. So we're hoping to really increase our business, even our people from Las Cruces, and that, you know, it is an hour drive, so now that we can ship to them.
Oh, that's awesome. That is, well, so what is some of your like favorite local spots to go to, like restaurants?
Okay, I think everyone's gonna know my answer to that. So my favorite restaurants are Cafe Italia, and they just opened up a new one. And then Time Matters, and I absolutely love Cozy and Little Shack.
Oh my God. Well, I went to the one on the new one that they
In
had.
San Juan?
Yes.
Okay.
It was so good, and we sat with my friend Elizabeth and Laura. We were just sitting out. We stayed there till 2 o'clock in the morning.
Oh yes.
We were like, my husband's like, only you. The bars are all shut down, and you're like there.
Honey, with your personality, you can chat all day.
Well, no. I'm like, well, that's my problem too, because then I just get to talking, and then it's like, just put a quarter in me, and then that's it. So we were talking to the owner and stuff, and it was, I mean, we had a blast, but it was funny because I got home, my husband's like, where did you guys go? I said, no, we were still at the pizza place. He's like, for 6 hours? What the heck?
Yes, so that's me as well. It's crazy. So right now I'm really trying to only go to patio restaurants.
Yeah.
And so they all actually have a patio. And then I go to the Coronado Country Club with my husband. He absolutely loves going there. So I'm there quite often as well.
Yeah, well, they have, I mean, because they expanded it. Yeah.
Yes. And so, and the food's delicious. And so, and then I can go play tennis and my husband's golf. So
what's the biggest difference between that one and Coronado? Because I don't even know.
El Paso and El Coronado. You know what? I think both are just so fabulous. They both have beautiful ballrooms. They have they have great food. They both offer tennis and golf. So I feel like it's just
the area.
Yep.
And stuff.
I think it's just wherever is easier to drive to.
Yeah. Well, because I have no idea. I'm like, I'm not involved in any of that stuff. So
yes.
like,
And I also play tennis at El Paso Tennis Club 24/7. So, or Tennis West, so I'm all around.
That's what my friends are like. If you want to get involved, just go to the tennis club.
Yes, everyone. It's because it really specializes just in tennis.
But I like I said, I don't think anyone would want me.
Girl, that's what they all say, and then you'll be fine.
I promise, I'm not like.
My sister actually gives tennis lessons, so if you ever want a lesson, just let me know.
Oh, so then she'll tell you that girl sucks.
No, girl.
Like and then I'm just not like the most active person. So
no, you'll be fine.
I went jogging. Actually, I started like walking this week, and I hadn't worked out in like 4 years. So then I actually started like light jogging, and I mean, I did it for, I would say,
5 minutes. I can't even jog.
Not even that. It was very, very short, and it was like I thought I was gonna have a heart attack.
That's so funny.
I was like,
I only walk.
Oh,
and I take my baby in the stroller, but
yeah. I mean, well, and it's not that we're not active every day with the baby. You're active and you're doing stuff all day, but it's just different to have that. I'm just having to like get my mind worked on having to like actually go and work out just to help me out.
Absolutely.
But I'm like, I still don't like it. In fact, my nanny was like, she said, well, don't you feel better? And I looked at her and I was like, no.
It stresses me out too.
I hate doing it. Like, I hate sweating. I hate nature. Like, I don't like that stuff.
That's so funny.
So does your husband, is he like an outdoorsy guy?
I will tell you, he is an outstanding golfer. He's a +1 handicap, and he is one of the top tennis players in town
wow.
too. So we love going to play tennis and golf. We're actually going to Wyoming in 2 weeks, and he's like, Sophia, we don't even have hiking boots. And I'm like, you know what? I've been reading on blogs, and I'm like, we can do it with tennis shoes. We'll be fine. And then one of my other friends, he's going with us. He's like, Sophia, what type of jacket are you taking? I'm like, I need to start researching to see like how cold it is going to be there, but we'll be fine just with a ski jacket, I guess. So
well, the first time I went hiking, Justin, he was like, hey, like it was to meet his family.
Oh.
So I had to make a good
impression.
Yeah, so I didn't want to be like, and so
Yeah.
I'd never been hiking, but I decided to go out, and this was like in my 20s. So I decided to go out the night before, and so then when he called me, I was hungover as hell. And then he was like, oh, okay, I'm gonna pick you up. And I think I had like 3 hours of sleep. And so we go, and to this day, he just laughs because he was like, I remember you smelled just like alcohol. Like it was like you were sweating so bad.
So funny.
But I did it, and I wasn't the last one. So he's, to this day, he just laughs the whole time because
yeah,
he's
no,
like,
I'm not a hiker, but I will be a hiker in 2 weeks.
Oh my
I think I might go train next week. So.
oh man,
We'll
is your
see.
daughter going too?
Yes, it's going to be her first trip on an airplane, but my dear friends are like, Sophia, don't worry, we can put her on the Buron, like the little backpack,
Yeah.
the kangaroo pack. I'm like, because there's no way I can lift a 14-pound up a 7-mile hike, but she'll be fine.
How did you guys decide Wyoming?
You know what? I have a best friend who's like my other sister. We've been best friends for 20 years, and she loves to travel like I do. And so since we can't travel really to anywhere else, she's like, Sophia, join us for 4 days in Wyoming. And it was my husband's birthday, and I was like, you know what? That's a perfect gift. So off we go. We just literally decided this 5-6 days ago. So
oh my gosh.
we'll see.
So you're like, well, the flights are pretty reasonable right now
Yes,
too, huh?
super reasonable, and it's actually a 4-hour flight. So yeah, it'll
nothing
be
too crazy.
No.
You'll be in and out.
Yeah, and it was on my bucket list, and so you know what? If I don't go now, I'm never gonna go.
Well, you can let me know how that goes. Like
I will.
honestly, because
I'll Instagram you.
I feel bad that I never like to do any of that stuff. My vacation's on a beach all the time. I'm like, I
love the beach.
I don't want nature. I don't want.
Yeah.
I just want to like.
It's my first trip actually not going to it. I love the beach too.
Yeah, it's well, I think because I just need to like when you need to reset everything.
Yeah.
I just want to get drunk on a beach and not have to worry about anything. Like, I'm like, if I'm running around naked or whatever, it's all good.
Yeah, there you
So
go.
that's my type of vacation. But my husband's always like,
What's your favorite beach?
you know what? Right now, I love the one. Well, I'm trying to think. Florida's probably my favorite because it's warm.
Okay.
But
like
I
warm
love
weather, too.
like even though Puerto Vallarta doesn't have like
Yes.
you go in the water. I love the weather there and
I
the
agree. And the
scenery.
town.
Yeah,
I love the town. Yep.
it's
I
so
love-
romantic.
Yes, it's beautiful.
And if I had a choice, I'd get like a little house out there just to like go on vacation and everything.
Yeah.
Are you a skier too, or no?
What was that?
Are you a skier or?
I used to be, and then I got hit in Vail with the lift, and I've never been back on skis. My husband, it frustrates him so much because he loves to ski, but I love the village.
Yeah.
I'll go I love going to Ruidoso, Vail, Aspen, wherever, but like it'd be better if I had a friend to be like, okay, let me just hang out in the village with you while the guys
See, that's
ski.
me. Yeah.
And I actually used to be a pretty good skier, but right now I don't know if I can get back on this.
So as far as like motherhood, what are the things that you didn't know were gonna be like a struggle?
The breastfeeding.
Oh,
I think
girl.
it's the hardest thing for me at the moment. And obviously not having a full-time nanny, because I always said, you know what, I'll give birth and I'll have a full-time nanny, and with COVID, I don't have that at the moment. But I'm very lucky my mom bought the house behind me, and so she tore down the wall.
Oh my
and
gosh.
so she is so much help. And so my husband and I can, go on a date or go play tennis, and I have full-time, my mom's offering to help. So.
Yeah. Well, and then at least you don't have to worry. You're like,
No.
okay.
And then I don't really like transferring homes and stuff like that, so it's perfect. So my mom can just come over.
Oh my gosh. So do you guys have like a huge yard and everything?
We do. And then she doesn't allow my dogs in there, so it drives me crazy. She's like, Sophia, I don't want your dogs near my home. And I'm like, Mom, we live in the same home. It's
Yeah,
fine.
you're like, it's all good. It's
Yeah.
just a bit. Well, what kind of dogs do you have?
I have a Cavachon, a Shih Tzu, and I have a Pomeranian. So I'm a little
they're
bit.
little. They're
yeah, I'm like
cute.
a dog snob. But I do have so many skunks in my house right now that I'm going crazy. And then last night at midnight, 2 of them got sprayed. And honestly, it's just been crazy. Yeah, I have so many skunks. I don't know what else to do anymore.
Don't they have like an exterminator?
They do. I've already called. I mean, I literally have over, I would say 25 skunks.
What?
Yes. Every day you come home and I've got 2 or 3 skunks in my backyard. So we're trying to fix the problem.
I didn't even know that was a deal out here.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. So you're like, that's another thing on top of my
On
list.
top of everything, I'm
else.
trying to clean the dogs at midnight.
Oh my god. Oh my god. So are you guys planning on any more dogs or kids?
No, I'm done with dogs, and I don't know about another baby. I'm not there yet. I can't even think about it.
Well, I think too with like what people when you have a child, people automatically think the labor is the hardest part. And honestly, I was all drugged up, so I was like,
You know what? I was so nervous about that
Really?
situation. So I lost my best friend in 2013. And so I had some so many friend situations that wasn't sure if I wanted kids.
Yeah.
And actually, I had an awesome OBGYN who's my friend. And I went in at 9:01, and by 9:14, honey, I was already in my room holding a baby with a C-section, and I felt great.
Yeah, you were like, okay.
Yeah,
let's
that was
go.
actually not my hardest part.
No, it's the breastfeeding.
The breastfeeding, I think, is the hardest thing.
How long are you gonna keep
Well,
going?
my goal was 3 months, and I'm at 4 months last week, and so
That's
now,
huge.
yes,
And then
yes.
working and doing all that.
Yes,
So, do you
my
like
goal
poke
is
here?
Yeah, I do. My friends,
Oh my
they're
gosh,
like,
you're
Sophia, I think they've seen me naked more times than like can
Hey,
ever imagine.
Once you have
But
kids,
know-
you lose. Like
oh
you
yes,
don't care.
That's
You're-
how I feel. I don't care. So I was like, Sophia, our friends are watching the basketball game, and you're breastfeeding. I go,
I don't care.
first of all, who cares? And they're
Yeah.
like, Sophia, that is so inappropriate. I go, well, it's food for my child. Honestly, I don't even care anymore. I just like, as long as I only get an ounce, which is nothing.
Yeah.
I mean, yesterday, one of my other dear friends sent me a beautiful box with all these cookies. And yesterday I was eating salted caramel lactation cookies. I just hope I get more milk today.
You're like,
So
yeah,
we'll see.
it's so stressful.
It's very stressful.
It's super
because
stressful.
then you see my other friends on Instagram getting like 4 ounces per breast,
Yeah.
and I'm like, oh, I can only get 1 ounce. But you know what? I should be blessed that I'm already at 4 months. So
No, you are.
Yeah.
Because honestly, I think
my goal is 6 now.
my first child was
Mm-hmm.
I breastfed him till he was, and I did both because I did.
Oh, I do both, honey. I do both. There's no
yeah.
way I could.
Yeah.
Not. Yeah. I do formula.
So
too.
I did both, and then I stopped once I went back to work because I was like, I just couldn't. So I bowed down to you to do that at work. And then with my daughter, I think because she slept so horrible, I was like, after week 2, I was like, okay, I'm done. I need to just like sleep because she'd get up every 2 hours and stuff. So I was like, no, I can't.
It's so hard. I'm like, I told my husband, what are we gonna do in Wyoming? I'm gonna be on a hike, and I'm gonna have to cover myself with like a tent to breastfeed. I'm like, forget it. I'll just be pumping and hiking at the same time.
Yeah, you're like, it'll be fine.
It'll be fine.
You're
I
like-
will figure it out.
Yeah, well, and it's funny because like I used to be like, oh, I don't want anyone to see me, and
Oh.
now, after I had my son, I remember I was trying to figure out the whole breastfeeding part, and then,
The pumping.
and then like you don't automatically get milk,
Oh no.
so it's like a whole deal. So I have my mom and my mother-in-law, both of them like massaging my boobs, and I'm like, at that point, I just didn't care. I was like, just get it out.
I know.
Because I was dying, and
Yeah.
I just think people don't realize how hard that part is. And
Yes, and you know what? I have some very good friends that told me, Sophia, when they go to preschool, no one's going to ask you, was your kid breastfed? Was your kid formula fed? It doesn't matter. Whatever God gives you at the time, you know what? There is no pros and cons to either. With science, the formula that I give Elsie is perfect.
Yeah. Well, I think mom guilt is just like a real thing, though.
Tell me about it. Yes.
I think if you're working, you're worried that you're not spending enough time with your kids. If you're with your kids, and you're
Yep.
like, oh well, I'm tired, or I'm doing too
Yep.
much. So it's like it's never anything. I wish I was like a dad, because I asked my husband, I'm like, do you feel guilty? No. It's like I'm providing for my child, and I'm just like, I wish I had that.
My husband's like an awesome dad. He does he does so much that I'm very blessed.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's that. Well, and that helps out too. So you're like,
big time.
okay,
Yeah. There's no way I would have had a child if I knew my husband was not going to help me do everything.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
How did you guys meet?
You know what? Tennis. We knew
Really?
each other. He had gone to St. Joseph's, gone to Cathedral. I went to St. Clement's, went to Loretto, and then we both ended up playing tennis at St. Edward's. And so we were friends our whole life. And then we ended up dating. I was 24, I think, if I'm not mistaken, and he was 25. And back when we moved back to El Paso, and it's crazy because all of his friends are his pre-K and kindergarten, grade school friends, and I'm the same way.
Oh my
So
gosh.
we're so lucky because all of our friends just are like brothers and sisters.
Oh, and then it like meshes
Oh, yeah.
well together.
Oh,
and
totally.
You guys all hang out. And
Oh
stuff.
yes, it's awesome.
Oh, so what got you to finally say yes to go out with him and stuff?
You know what? I think it was just the right moment at the right time. But I had just opened up ELLA BLU, and he was getting rid of his restaurant, and he went into his family business as well. And so just very blessed.
Yeah.
It was just the right time and right moment.
Well, and you guys understood each other because you
Yes,
both were going through this
absolutely.
struggle
Yeah.
together. So
Yeah.
I'm sure that
And we
helped
still
out.
get to play tennis, so it's pretty. And our friends still go watch us from our high school matches to our college matches. And now that we're like, sometimes he plays with my sister mixed doubles because she's a level above me, and he's 2 levels ahead of me. And so it's pretty cool. So now our friends now go to our. I'm like, well, next time you'll be carrying a baby. Next time you guys watch us play tennis.
Yeah, well, and I think that's great. That's something that you both can do
Yeah,
together, and you guys
absolutely.
always can
Yeah.
do.
Now I just need to get into golf. I'm like, I need to go to the golf course and just not enjoy the scenery. But yeah.
Golf is just like,
Oh, I know.
I'm
I know.
like-
My husband, honey, is avid golfer.
really?
Oh yeah, crazy.
How often does he golf?
I'm a golf widow, so I would say right now he's pushing 4 rounds a week.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. Where does he play at the
Coronado.
Coronado?
Coronado. And so this weekend he was in Tucson and he played so many rounds. But yes, he loves to travel to play golf. That's his deal. Yeah.
Mine's hunting. He hunts,
Oh, okay.
He hunts a lot. So
Yeah.
I think
Each one has a hobby.
yeah, and I think it's a healthy one. I'm like, if you want to be
Yeah.
out in the middle of nowhere with your dad or with your friends,
Yeah. Enjoy.
enjoy. I'd rather be at brunch with my friends.
There you
doing
go.
the bottomless mimosas and stuff. I'm like, nah.
No, you don't want to go hunt. Yeah. No, everyone has their own. Yeah.
So what's something that people don't know about you? I know you're pretty like open with everything, but
I feel like I'm an open book. I think people don't realize, well, I do love to travel, but what a loyal friend I am. I have had the same friends since kindergarten.
Yeah.
And then when I do consider you one of my true friends, whether I met you in junior league or I'm 37 now,
Yeah.
if I met you 5 years ago or now, I'm always there for you. I will always put my friends before anything. I consider them as close as my own family.
Yeah.
And so I feel like it's when I consider you, you know, of course I have so many acquaintances and so
Yeah.
many just dear friends, but I just feel like I'm always looking out for my friends, whether they're, you know, going through struggle through their relationships, struggle through with their job, struggle with their own family members. I'm always there for them. And I feel like if you only knew, I still talk to my friends from 3rd grade on the phone every single day. I've got 4 friends that I talk every day with, whether it's 1 minute, it could be 4
Yeah.
minutes, it could be 5. And whether guys or girls, I'm just always there for my friends at all times.
So what are the other initiatives you're in? Because people don't realize on top of being a business owner and a mom, you are a part of the junior league.
Okay, so junior league is a big part of my life. I think I've been in it 13, 14 years. I absolutely love it. So if you're ever wanting to join, you can always contact me. I feel like I'm always their secret recruiter. On top of that, I do tennis. I'm in a lot of leagues, and this season I'm a captain. I also help the FEMAP board for the female hospital across the border.
Yeah.
What else do I?
Which, by the way, their events are like
amazing.
They're
The galas.
I went to one. Was it the last time they had it, and it's like
Okay,
the
a Grace
band's
Guard,
like
yeah.
amazing.
Yes. What else do I sit on? I think that's
Do you
it.
sleep?
I
I'm
do
like, now you're making me feel
no,
bad. I'm
I
like,
do sleep. I'm trying to think of where else I help. Gosh, I can't even think right now. But the junior league does take up a lot of my time, and I absolutely love it. And everyone's like, Sophia, when I had the baby, what area are you going to give up? And I'm like, I'm not willing to give up any of them. I still have my monthly Loretto dinner with my dear 4 friends. So I just don't want to give up any of them.
You're like, I'll just
No.
figure it out.
And I love to travel. That's my other, this COVID has killed me with not being able to get on an airplane. But
Where
so.
are some of your favorite places to go?
So my favorite vacation during I always would go to this place called Zihuatanejo. It's in Shawshank Redemption in the movie. It's in the beach. It's a beautiful hotel with 25 rooms, and you always get the same like server. Everything is like the same because it's so small. And I try to go there at least once a year, whether it's the week after the pageant. Normally it's in the first week of July, or I go in September. I love going to La Jolla because I have family that lives there, so I don't have to spend on those crazy hotels.
Yeah.
I'm very like super into the budget, so I always like just try to find like that perfect. I love traveling to tennis tournaments, so I've been blessed to go to the U.S. Open, to the French Open, Indian Wells. So I'm always just trying to
That's awesome.
find my husband's like, Sophia, you're on one vacation planning your next vacation. He's like, Sophia, when we're on the hike in Wyoming, I don't want to hear one other vacation when you're on there, because I'll be looking for my next spot. So
Well, the thing is, you work hard, so you're like, I want to enjoy and travel and have that fun.
I love to travel, and that has brought my husband and I together a lot.
Yeah.
And so I also love traveling to Europe, and that's something else that I would love to, go visit more.
Where are your favorite places in Europe?
You know what? I love Paris because I think it's just so romantic. I've been blessed to go to India, Australia, China. On my list to go. Oh, I love Spain. I haven't been to Italy and Croatia and Portugal, and we are going to Israel in March. So
Oh, wow.
that's my husband's on his bucket list.
Oh
So,
my gosh. So you guys are crazy.
we do love to travel.
Oh, I love it. No, I mean, I feel like, are you going to take the baby when you
We
guys
are.
go? Oh, see, that's my thing. I get scared that that my kids are going to be having a meltdown on the plane. That's like my biggest fear, that they're having
Let
a
me go to
meltdown.
Wyoming and I'll let you know how
Yeah.
the airplane ride goes.
Yeah.
And we'll keep you posted.
Yeah, especially, or like, you
Yeah.
know how sometimes they stop on the,
See.
so that's like my biggest fear, that I just see you can't go anywhere, and then they're crying and everything. So like,
Yeah.
maybe it's just me, but I'm just like, I don't want to deal with it.
Yeah, I'll let you know for
yeah,
sure.
you have to let me know how that goes. Well, and then I'll stalk your Instagram
Yep.
posts on Wyoming and everything.
For sure. For sure. I'll DM you.
So what city are you going over there?
In Jackson Hole.
Oh, okay. So that'll be, oh
yeah.
my gosh, you guys are going to have so much fun.
We'll see. I'm ready to get there.
You're like, I'm just ready to stop planning for it and just go.
Absolutely.
Oh my gosh. So for anyone that's like needing like work attire, I know that you guys fit that
Yes.
stuff. How does that go?
So I have this fabulous line. Very, very lucky that everyone in my store just loves the brand. And so we do have exclusivity on it. So it's fantastic because you buy one pair of pants,
Yeah.
and then they're a collection that's called seasonless. So that he believes that you can mix and match from spring to summer to fall. Of course, there's going to be a sweater here and there. But he believes that you can buy one pair of their best black pants and mix and match with their tops throughout the season. So a lot of especially my crazy working women that just wants it to be ready in their closet.
Yeah.
And so we have 3 phenomenal stylists in that downstairs, in the boutique part that can help you. The designer comes 6 times a year to El Paso, and so we're very lucky to pick and choose what customers are going to like for this season. And then we do offer 2 trunk shows. Of course, COVID this year, we didn't have either of the 2 trunk shows. And so they get to see what's coming up for the next season. And so honestly, I never thought ELLA BLU was going to be that important for me, that department. So I consider ELLA BLU kind of a mini department store, and due to the size, we are considered that in the state of Texas. So there's around 6 or 7 stores of like us in the state, and so we have a bridal department, a gift department, evening gown, and now the working woman the department. And so I really recommend you come in, get a styling appointment, and then you can buy one pair of black pants and maybe one shirt, and then in next month say, you know what, I'm wearing the same black pant, but I'm going to add another shirt to it. So it's just great.
And how has the junior league helped you out with the business and everything?
So Junior League,
Because it's another business to be in there.
oh yes, honey.
I'm like, it's not like
So,
an easy
No,
gig.
I really feel that everyone in Junior League is so relatable. Most 92% of the Junior Leaguers are full-time working women. Many of them are moms, and however, many of them are very young. That they don't even have a significant, or they're barely getting.
Yeah.
They say move from college and they join, or a lot have empty nesters. So there's our biggest event is called a Christmas fair. It's not going to be an in-person one this year. And with that being said, at the Christmas fair, I just get so many clients that don't know Ella Blue is a boutique store. They always feel, oh my gosh, you only sell prom, pageant, and bridal.
Yeah.
So with that outside show, I just get so much marketing through there. And you know what? Whenever I have an event here at the store, the Junior Leaguers are the first ones to say, Sophia, can we help you? I will be attending. They're so loyal.
Yeah.
Another thing, you know what? When I moved back from college, I was like, who am I going to hang out with? Because some of my high school friends never moved back, or they stayed here, and then we were, not as close as we were. And I did meet my best friends in Junior League. And so, oh my gosh, when I had the baby, they did a meal train for me. They did the drive-by through for me. They were so absolutely, I can't be more grateful for all my Junior League friends.
Yeah. So what's the biggest misconception with like joining this organization? That it's a lot of time, or that?
I think a lot of people think about it like, oh, it's too cliquey. And you know what? It's not. I mean, I went to an all-girl high school. Life is cliquey in general. And so I feel like it's really relatable to all people, as long as you do have some sort of time. It's really just on Monday nights when your husbands are watching football. And so in my mind, I know that Monday at 6 o'clock, I've got Junior League.
Yeah.
This year it's called MAL, Member at Large. And so I'm the representation for the membership to the president. And so my theme is the Dalai Lama.
Oh,
And
that's
so our president, her theme is leading the way with a little llama. So I have really loved being this position, because I feel like I'm the voice for them to relate. Granted, it's been a tough year for a Junior League as well. So we'll see.
I know, and then it stinks with the Christmas fair. That's my
honey,
favorite.
that's my
thing to
favorite
go.
thing
I
all
know.
year. Since I was a child, everyone says, "What's your favorite weekend in El Paso?" It's the Christmas fair.
Yeah.
I would go. I'm 37. I think I've been 37 years. I have not missed one. Even my husband, he had never been until he started dating me. He's like, Sophia, I can't believe I never had been to this. It is such an awesome experience. And I've been working it since my mom had her store. Fridays is more of like total girl day.
Yeah.
And they take the day off of work. And then Sunday, I love to see all the families with their kids because of the photos with Santa. So I feel like it's for everyone, and it makes me so upset when I meet people and they're like, I've never been, or I've never heard of it. And I'm like, what?
It kicks off Christmas to me.
Me too, girl.
I'm like, okay.
Yes.
It kicks off Christmas for me. I'm like, I go, and then I'm like, okay, I want to shop and get all the different stuff, and it's
then
got
that
everything.
Sunday, I do my Christmas trees here at Ella Blue. So when the girls get to the store on Monday, Christmas is ready to go.
Yeah, and
We'll be having our own Christmas fair here at Ella Blue.
Oh, that's awesome.
So yes, unfortunately, I can only have 20 vendors, and I will be. We will obviously having to follow COVID rules, and so it's going to be November 21st, and it's really our best Saturday in our store, and so we expect to see all the familiar faces here.
Yeah.
So
Well, you have
excited.
to let me know so we can
for sure.
We can like definitely.
Oh,
Well,
yes.
I'll go too, but just so that way we can see what you guys have and stuff.
It will be awesome, and we're only going to have local vendors, so we're going to be supporting local businesses.
Oh,
And so
that's
we'll have a
awesome.
lady with cookies, a lady with pies, a lady with banana nut breads. So we'll be having different forms of local businesses here to showcase.
And I think it helps because I feel like with COVID, I don't feel like it. With COVID, it has really affected a
All
bunch
these
of
local,
small.
all my friends that sell breads to businesses, she has nowhere to go, and I'm just like, oh, I will help you out that weekend.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
that's a positive thing, and I think I'm all for spreading the positivity
Absolutely.
and business owners, especially female
Thank
business
you.
owners. I'm like, we'll do what we can.
Yes.
Well, and then as far as like I said, Junior League, I think people do have that misconception of cliquey.
Absolutely.
But honestly, though, you are not going to be hanging around everybody. Like there's certain people that like
There's
they're very
164 people, so.
and like there's some that are into fitness, or there's some that are into
Absolutely.
going out, or and I think that a lot of people
your group of where you fit in.
Yeah, and I think that
And the
that's
Christmas fair brings you together.
Yes.
So you have to do shifts, and so you might find your friend doing a shift that you never thought. Honey, I have friends there that are literally 65, 70 years old that, you know what, they still text me, they still call me. I love them. I
Yeah.
absolutely love them. It doesn't matter. Age is just a number. And so I think there's so many relatable people of all different times in their life that join for the right reasons. And so I'm a big advocate, and I hope everyone can join.
Where do they get a hold of, or how do they?
You know what?
if someone's
You can
interested?
always text me. I don't know if my number will be on here, or you can call Junior League, Google Junior League, and this fabulous lady named Armida. And then there's a recruitment chair, and we can get through you.
Oh, that's awesome. And so, do you have any advice for anyone that's looking into it? What should they expect?
Give up your Monday nights. And just be prepared. It's a training organization, you know. There I've learned, I honestly never knew how to run a business from a line sheet budget. Of course, everyone in Junior League is going to be like Sophia. But I did learn about that. I was a headquarters chair last year, and I literally threw on phenomenal parties for all 164 people with a $7 budget per person, including decor, food, and all the above. And so it's, you know, there's other people that learn a totally different side of Junior League, the projects. It's all about the community projects. And so we, right now we're having a COVID project with $17,000, I think it's around that much. And we're going to be giving all this money back to the community. So whether you're a project person, a membership person, finance, there's something there for you. So it's a training organization.
Oh, that's like I said, I had no idea about all that. So I'm like, you're like filling us all in for everything.
Oh gosh.
So that works out there.
Yeah, I was a recruitment chair 4 years ago, and I actually brought their biggest class.
You've been have you been the president yet?
No, I do not want that position, and I have told them not even do not give me a VP position either.
You're like,
because
I don't want to.
It's just too much for me. There's no way.
How many hours do you have to like work on it when they're president, or what are you?
It's crazy. I would say the president puts in at least 30 hours a week, easy.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it's a lot. So my best friend was the president last year. And so I was right by her. It's admirable, and she's a physician in town. How she does it, I have no idea.
That's insane.
And she's a mom and a wife. So
I'm like, girls like that make me look bad, man.
oh, me too. And then they're a size 2, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't even eat my hamburger. I'm like, ah.
I'm like that on top of everything else.
Yeah.
You're like,
telling me
okay.
I can't eat my flauta enjoyable. Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for being on the
you.
show. You took the time out, and it's been awesome. It's like I said, it's bringing back memories being here.
Oh my God, thank you so much. And thank you so much for everyone being here.
So I'm excited.
you.
Well, cheers, love.
Cheers. Thank you so much.
No worries.